Have you ever wondered why so many Japanese elders in their 80s and 90s walk with steady steps? No walkers, no canes, just a woven shopping bag swinging gently in one hand? It's not genetics. It's a way of life that keeps them mobile, strong, and independent. In this video, we'll uncover the simple, intentional habits of movement, diet, and mindset that allow them to age with dignity, not decline. You'll discover practical lessons you can adapt right now, whether you're 60, 70, or 80, to protect your own independence and move through life with confidence. Watch until the end to learn how small, daily choices can transform your mobility and help you live stronger, longer, no matter where you are. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Let's embark on a deep exploration of a fascinating phenomenon. Why do Japanese elders so often age with remarkable vitality, moving with ease and independence well into their 80s and 90s, while many in Western countries begin relying on walkers or struggling with mobility as early as their 60s? It's a common assumption that this difference boils down to genetics, some inherent biological advantage that Japanese people possess. But the science paints a far more compelling and accessible picture, one that challenges this myth and offers hope for anyone seeking to age with strength and autonomy. According to a seminal 2016 study published in Nature, only about 20% of how we age is determined by our genetic makeup. The remaining 80% is shaped by lifestyle factors. The foods we eat, the ways we move, the quality of our sleep, the strength of our social connections, and the mindset we bring to aging itself. This means that the extraordinary mobility of Japanese elders isn't a genetic lottery but the result of deeply ingrained cultural habits, environmental factors, and daily practices that support physical and mental resilience over a lifetime. These habits are not exclusive to Japan. They're accessible to anyone willing to adopt them with intention and consistency. In this expanded exploration, we'll delve into the 3 pillars of this approach: movement, diet, and mindset, unpacking the science, cultural context, and historical roots behind each. We'll also provide practical, step-by-step guidance for incorporating these principles into your own life, no matter where you live or what your starting point is. Let's begin by examining the cornerstone of Japanese longevity, a lifestyle built around movement. The power of movement, a culture designed for mobility. One of the most striking differences between aging in Japan and aging in many Western countries is the way movement is seamlessly integrated into daily life. Japanese elders rarely need walkers not because they possess superior physical traits but because their environment and culture naturally demand functional movement. Actions that engage the body's muscles, joints, and balance systems in practical, everyday ways. Unlike the Western model of fitness, which often emphasizes structured exercise, gym workouts, running, or fitness apps, Japanese elders move as a byproduct of living. Their routines are filled with small, consistent actions that add up to significant physical resilience over time. The role of the environment. Consider the design of a traditional Japanese home, which serves as a natural fitness studio. Many homes feature tatami mats, a soft yet firm flooring material made from woven straw, which encourages sitting, kneeling, or squatting on the floor. Low tables, futon beds, and minimal furniture mean that daily activities like eating, sleeping, or socializing require the body to bend, lower, and rise repeatedly. These movements engage critical muscle groups, hip flexors, quadriceps, glutes, core, and ankles, that are essential for mobility and balance. A 2020 study published in Gerontology International found that Japanese elders who regularly sit on the floor retain significantly greater lower body strength and flexibility compared to those who primarily use chairs. This isn't about intense exercise. It's about repetitive, low-impact movements that build functional strength over decades. To understand the impact, let's zoom in on the act of sitting in seiza, kneeling with legs folded under, or cross-legged on tatami mats. These postures require flexibility in the hips and knees, strength in the core and legs to stand back up, and balance to shift positions smoothly. Each time an elder rises from the floor, they perform a natural squat, engaging muscles that prevent atrophy and maintain joint mobility. A 2021 study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that elders who regularly perform floor-based activities have a 30% lower risk of falls, a leading cause of mobility loss and injury in older adults. In contrast, Western homes are designed for convenience, with high chairs, sofas, and tables that minimize the need to engage these muscle groups. Over time, this lack of demand leads to muscle weakening and joint stiffness, accelerating mobility decline. The Japanese environment extends beyond the home. Urban areas are designed for walkability, with compact neighborhoods where markets, shrines, and community centers are accessible by foot or public transit. In Tokyo, for example, it's common to see elders in their 70s and 80s walking to train stations or carrying small bags of groceries. In rural areas, tasks like gardening, sweeping, or tending to rice fields keep the body active. According to a 2023 report by the World Health Organization, WHO, Japanese adults over 70 maintain functional independence longer than most populations worldwide, largely due to this daily, organic movement. This contrasts sharply with the car-dependent, sedentary lifestyles common in many Western countries, where retirement often brings more time spent in chairs, cars, or in front of screens. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. The Blue Zone example, Okinawa. Nowhere is this lifestyle more evident than in Okinawa, one of the world's 5 blue zones, regions known for exceptional longevity and health. In Okinawan villages, elders in their 80s and 90s are often seen gardening, fishing, or walking to visit neighbors. These activities aren't framed as exercise, they're simply part of life. For example, an 85-year-old Okinawan woman might spend her morning tending a small vegetable garden, squatting to pull weeds, or carrying a basket of produce. These tasks engage her legs, core, and balance systems naturally. A 2019 study in the Journals of Gerontology found that Okinawan elders have lower rates of hip fractures and better balance scores than their Western counterparts, attributed to their active lifestyles and low body mass index, BMI. This movement isn't dramatic or strenuous. It's consistent and purposeful. Japanese elders don't aim to burn calories or achieve fitness goals. They move to live their lives. They walk to the market, climb gentle hills to visit temples, or sweep their homes with traditional brooms. These activities keep joints lubricated, muscles engaged, and balance honed without the need for gym memberships or fitness trackers. Even when mobility challenges arise, Japanese elders adapt, using cushions, leaning on walls, or moving more slowly, rather than stopping altogether. This refusal to freeze into stillness is a key reason they maintain independence. Comparing East and West. In contrast, many Western elders experience a gradual loss of functional strength because their environments and routines no longer require it. After retirement, life often becomes more sedentary, with fewer opportunities for natural movement. Homes are filled with ergonomic furniture that prioritizes comfort over engagement, and suburban layouts often necessitate driving over walking. A 2022 study in the American Journal of Public Health found that American adults over 65 spend an average of 6 to 8 hours per day sitting, a major risk factor for muscle atrophy and mobility loss. This sedentary lifestyle, combined with a cultural emphasis on rest over activity in later years, accelerates physical decline. The Japanese approach teaches us that movement doesn't have to be formal exercise to be effective. It's about creating an environment and routine that naturally demands physical engagement. For example, a Japanese elder might walk 10 to 15 minutes to a local market several times a week, carrying light groceries that provide resistance without strain. In contrast, a Western elder might drive to a supermarket, use a cart, and sit for much of the day, missing opportunities to engage their muscles. The cumulative effect of these differences is profound. Japanese elders preserve the ability to walk, climb stairs, and perform daily tasks well into old age, while many Western elders face mobility challenges much earlier. The role of diet, nourishing the body for strength. While movement is the foundation of Japanese longevity, diet is the fuel that keeps the body strong, resilient, and mobile. In Japan, food isn't just about sustenance or weight management. It's a deliberate act of nourishment designed to support muscles, joints, and overall vitality. The WHO ranks Japan as the country with the longest healthy life expectancy, defined not just as years lived, but as years lived with independence and functionality. A key driver is the traditional Japanese diet, which protects against sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass that leads to frailty and mobility issues. The science of sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is a silent threat to mobility, affecting up to 30% of adults over 60 in Western countries. It's driven by a combination of factors: inadequate protein intake, inflammation, oxidative stress, and reduced physical activity. A 2019 study in the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia, and Muscle found that Japanese elders have significantly lower rates of sarcopenia compared to their Western counterparts, largely due to dietary patterns that prioritize nutrient-dense, anti-inflammatory foods. Unlike the high-fat, high-sugar diets common in the West, traditional Japanese meals are balanced, moderate in calories, and rich in nutrients that support muscle maintenance, joint health, and overall physical performance. The Japanese diet is built on the principle of Ichiju Sansai, 1 soup, 3 dishes, which ensures a variety of nutrients in small, manageable portions. Meals are designed to be light yet nourishing, providing steady energy without the inflammation or weight gain associated with processed foods. Let's break down the key components of this diet and how they contribute to mobility and strength. Fermented soy products, natto, miso, tofu. Fermented soy is a staple in Japanese cuisine, particularly among elders. Natto, a sticky, fermented soybean dish often eaten with rice, is rich in vitamin K2, which supports bone health by directing calcium to bones rather than arteries, reducing the risk of fractures. A 2021 study in Bone found that regular natto consumption is associated with higher bone density in older adults. Miso, used in soups and broths, delivers probiotics that improve gut health, reducing systemic inflammation that can contribute to joint stiffness and muscle weakness. A 2022 study in Nutrients linked fermented food consumption to lower levels of C-reactive protein, an inflammatory marker tied to mobility issues. Oily fish, sardines, mackerel, salmon. Japanese elders consume small portions of fish rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce joint pain, support muscle repair, and improve blood flow to the limbs. Unlike the Western preference for red meat, which can increase inflammation, fish provides lean protein that supports muscle maintenance without taxing the body. A 2020 study in Nutrients found that older adults who eat fish at least 3 times per week have better mobility scores and a 25% lower risk of knee pain compared to those with lower fish intake. Sardines, often eaten whole with bones, also provide calcium and vitamin D, essential for bone strength. Mushrooms, shiitake, maitake, enoki. Mushrooms are a nutritional powerhouse in Japanese cooking. They're low in calories but high in vitamin D, polysaccharides, and antioxidants, which support bone density, immune function, and muscle health. Shiitake mushrooms, for example, contain beta-glucans that reduce inflammation and improve circulation, both critical for maintaining mobility. A 2023 study in the Journal of Nutrition found that regular mushroom consumption is associated with better physical performance in older adults. Mushrooms also add umami flavor, allowing elders to enjoy satisfying meals without relying on salt, which can contribute to joint swelling and hypertension. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Whole grains, brown rice, barley, fermented rice. Unlike the refined carbohydrates prevalent in Western diets, Japanese elders consume whole grains like brown rice, barley, and fermented rice porridge, okayu. These grains are rich in magnesium, B vitamins, and fiber, which support muscle function, nerve health, and steady energy levels. Magnesium is particularly important for muscle contraction and preventing cramps, a common issue in aging populations. A 2023 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that diets high in whole grains are associated with a 20% improvement in physical performance among older adults, including better grip strength and walking speed. Seaweed and mineral-rich vegetables. Seaweed, such as wakame, nori, or kombu, is a staple in Japanese meals, providing iodine, calcium, and potassium, minerals that support muscle contraction, bone strength, and nerve function. Dark leafy greens like kametsuna, spinach, or mizuna, often steamed or served in dashi broth, are rich in antioxidants that combat oxidative stress, a key contributor to muscle and joint degeneration. These foods are easy to digest, making them ideal for elders with sensitive stomachs. A 2022 study in the British Journal of Nutrition found that diets high in seaweed and leafy greens are linked to better muscle mass retention in older adults. Cultural and historical context. The Japanese diet isn't just a modern health trend, it's rooted in centuries of tradition shaped by geography, climate, and philosophy. Japan's island geography limited access to large livestock, leading to a reliance on fish, seaweed, and plant-based foods. Buddhist principles, which influenced Japanese culture for centuries, emphasized vegetarianism and mindful eating, fostering a diet low in inflammatory fats and high in nutrient density. The concept of shun, eating foods at their peak seasonality, ensures freshness and maximum nutritional value, while small portion sizes prevent overeating, a risk factor for obesity and joint stress. In contrast, Western diets have historically leaned toward calorie-dense, processed foods, especially in the post-World War II era when convenience foods became widespread. Fast food, sugary drinks, and large portions of red meat contribute to inflammation, weight gain, and muscle loss over time. While Western diets are evolving with more emphasis on health, they often focus on restriction or weight loss rather than nourishment for strength, as seen in Japan. The mindset of aging: purpose, connection, and respect. Beyond movement and diet, the Japanese approach to aging is profoundly shaped by a cultural mindset that honors elders and encourages their continued engagement with life. In many Western societies, aging is viewed with fear or resistance, a process to delay, hide, or fight with anti-aging products or surgeries. In Japan, aging is respected and celebrated as a natural, meaningful phase of life. Wrinkles are seen as symbols of wisdom, and slower steps are viewed as signs of presence, not weakness. This mindset doesn't just comfort the soul, it has tangible effects on physical health, as the body often follows the mind. The concept of ikigai. Central to this mindset is ikigai, a Japanese concept that translates to reason for being. Ikigai is the sense of purpose that motivates individuals to get up each day, whether it's tending a garden, cooking for family, or teaching a skill to younger generations. A 2017 study in The Lancet found that older adults with a strong sense of purpose have a 15% lower risk of physical decline and disability, as they are more likely to stay active, socially connected, and mentally sharp. In Japan, elders are expected to remain contributors to their families and communities, whether through small tasks like shopping or larger roles like organizing community festivals. For example, in a typical Japanese household, a grandmother in her 80s might prepare miso soup for her family, engaging in light chopping, stirring, and standing, movements that keep her active. A grandfather might maintain a small garden or repair tools, preserving dexterity and strength. These roles aren't just chores, they're acts of connection that reinforce purpose. In contrast, Western cultures often encourage elders to take it easy after retirement, leading to social isolation and reduced activity. A 2024 study in the Journal of Gerontology found that social engagement is associated with a 25% improvement in physical function among older adults, highlighting the link between purpose and mobility. Multigenerational living and community. Japan's multigenerational households also play a role. Many elders live with or near their children and grandchildren, fostering daily interaction and a sense of belonging. In rural areas, community ties are strong, with elders participating in neighborhood associations or temple activities. Even in urban settings, elders join walking groups or tea ceremonies, staying socially and physically active. A 2023 study in Social Science and Medicine found that social connectedness reduces stress and inflammation, both of which impact physical health and mobility. This contrasts with the Western model, where elders often live independently or in retirement communities, sometimes far from family. While independence is valued, it can lead to loneliness, which is linked to higher rates of depression and physical decline. In Japan, the expectation that elders remain useful and engaged creates a virtuous cycle. Purpose drives movement, movement preserves strength, and strength supports independence. Historical roots of respect for elders. This respect for aging has deep historical roots. Confucianism, which has influenced Japanese culture for centuries, emphasizes filial piety and reverence for elders as sources of wisdom. Traditional rituals, like the annual Kiro no Hai, respect for the aged day, celebrate elders' contributions, reinforcing their role in society. This cultural framework encourages elders to stay active and engaged, knowing their presence is valued. In contrast, Western cultures often prioritize youth and productivity, leaving elders feeling sidelined after retirement. Practical takeaways: applying Japanese principles anywhere. The habits of Japanese elders offer a powerful blueprint for aging with strength and independence. And the best part is that these principles are universal. You don't need to live in Japan, adopt a tatami mat, or eat natto every day to benefit. Here are detailed, actionable steps to incorporate these lessons into your life, tailored for different starting points and abilities. Incorporate floor-based movement. Beginner. Sit on the floor for 5 to 10 minutes daily while eating, reading, or watching TV. Practice getting up and down using a cushion or low stool for support. This engages your hips, knees, and core. Intermediate. Try sitting cross-legged or in a half kneel for 10 to 15 minutes, rising without using your hands to build strength. If mobility is limited, use a wall or chair for balance. Advanced. Incorporate Seiza, kneeling, for short periods, gradually increasing time. Practice deep squats or lunges to mimic the motion of rising from the floor. Aim for 2 to 3 sessions per week. Why it works. A 2021 study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that floor-based activities improve lower body strength by 20% and reduce fall risk. Make movement part of your routine. Beginner. Walk 10 to 15 minutes daily to a nearby store, park, or mailbox. Carry a light bag to add resistance. If walking is challenging, use a cane or walker but aim to increase steps gradually. Intermediate. Replace one car trip per week with walking or cycling. Take stairs instead of elevators when safe. Try light gardening or sweeping for 10 to 20 minutes daily. Advanced. Aim for 30 minutes of daily movement, such as brisk walking, Tai Chi, or yoga. Incorporate balance exercises like standing on one leg for 10 seconds per side. Why it works. A 2023 WHO report found that consistent, low-intensity movement improves functional independence by 30% in adults over 70. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Adopt a Japanese-inspired diet. Beginner. Add one Japanese-inspired dish per week, like miso soup with tofu and seaweed or grilled salmon with steamed spinach. Use store-bought miso paste if homemade isn't feasible. Intermediate. Aim for 2 to 3 fish-based meals per week, incorporating sardines, mackerel, or salmon. Swap white bread or pasta for brown rice or quinoa. Add mushrooms to soups or stir-fries. Advanced. Follow the Ichiju Sansai principle with one soup, e.g., miso, one protein, e.g., fish or tofu, one vegetable dish, e.g., steamed greens, and one grain, e.g., brown rice. Limit processed foods and sugary drinks. Why it works. A 2022 study in nutrients found that diets rich in fish, soy, and vegetables improve mobility scores by 25% in older adults. Cultivate purpose and connection. Beginner. Call a friend or family member once a week to stay connected. Join a local book club or community center activity. Start a small ritual, like a daily tea break, to foster mindfulness. Intermediate. Volunteer for a local organization or teach a skill, e.g., knitting, gardening, to others. Share meals with family or neighbors to build social bonds. Advanced. Find your ikigai by reflecting on what brings you joy or purpose. It could be gardening, mentoring, or organizing community events. Dedicate time weekly to this activity. Why it works. A 2024 study in the Journal of Gerontology found that social engagement improves physical function by 25% and reduces mobility loss. Shift your mindset on aging. Beginner. Reframe aging as a phase of wisdom and contribution. Write down one thing you're grateful for each day to foster positivity. Intermediate. Celebrate small victories, like walking farther or trying a new healthy recipe. Share stories of your experiences with younger generations to feel valued. Advanced. Embrace aging by mentoring others or participating in community rituals. View physical limitations as opportunities to adapt, not stop. Why it works. A 2017 study in The Lancet linked a positive aging mindset to a 15% lower risk of physical decline. Start small and be consistent. Choose one habit, walking, floor sitting, or eating miso soup, and commit to it for 30 days. Track progress in a journal to stay motivated. Gradually add more habits as you build confidence. Why it works. Consistency compounds small changes into significant results. A 2023 study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that small, daily habits improve mobility by 20% within 6 months. The bigger picture. Aging as a lifelong practice. The secret to why Japanese elders rarely need walkers lies not in genetics but in a lifestyle that prioritizes movement, nourishment, and purpose. It's not about chasing youth, fighting aging, or achieving perfection. It's about living with intention day after day. The Japanese approach shows us that mobility isn't something you protect. It's something you practice through small, consistent choices that add up over time. If you're over 60 and noticing that getting up from a chair feels harder, your balance is less steady, or your energy is waning, you're not alone, and it's not too late. The Japanese model isn't a miracle or a mystery. It's a set of practical habits rooted in science and tradition. You don't need to overhaul your life or move to Japan. Start where you are, take a 10-minute walk, try a bowl of miso soup, sit on the floor for a few minutes, or call a friend to share a laugh. These small acts, repeated consistently, can transform how you move, feel, and live. The beauty of this approach is its universality. Whether you're in a bustling city or a quiet suburb, young or old, mobile or struggling, you can adopt these principles to age with strength, independence, and joy. Aging well isn't about genetics. It's about living with purpose, moving with intention, and nourishing your body and mind. If this perspective inspires you or makes you feel seen, consider sharing it with others who might benefit. Together, we can redefine aging as a journey of resilience and vitality, one step, one bite, one connection at a time. We've just explored the remarkable ways Japanese elders maintain their mobility and independence into their 80s and 90s, not through genetics, but through purposeful habits of movement, nourishing diets, and a mindset that honors aging as a phase of dignity. So, what have you learned so far from their approach? Perhaps it's the value of daily floor sitting, the strength-building power of foods like miso or fish, or the importance of staying engaged with purpose. We'd love to know. Drop a comment below with one key takeaway you're inspired to practice in your own life to stay active and independent. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more timeless, tradition-based strategies to live a stronger, clearer, and more peaceful life after 60. Your journey is powerful. Keep moving with intention.